was amazing.
What was your favorite part?
Um, when they sang a lot and cheered and like party a lot.
I loved it. I had a great time.
What was your favorite part?
Oh, the singing. They did a fantastic job.
Oh, it was so much fun. It was it was really good. It was so much fun. The music, the singers, such a stacked cast, amazing actors, and really great singers.
Casting was really well, by the way. You totally felt the chemistry between all of the people involved and the staff, just everything. Even the set was amazing. Like, it looked so realistic. You felt like it was really good.
Awesome. Thank you
Everything from the
guys.
set to the sound to the light. I mean, I'm a big music guy, so like the harmony and the vocals are so good. I think everyone should come watch it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, you guys.
So what would you do with 96,000?
Whatever 96,000 times 4 is, I would get that many gumballs.
Yeah, dude.
Just, go to the bank, change it all for quarters, and just keep turning it until I get all of the gumballs. Blow
Yeah.
a big bubble.
The biggest bubble. I feel like, yeah, I like what you're thinking. I'm with you. I think I would buy 2 American Girl dolls.
2 American with custom shoes courtesy of Brennan Lee Mulligan.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to Brennan Lee Mulligan for quitting everything in his life to make American Girl dolls shoes.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. Welcome to All the World's a Podcast. My name is Dottie Gunn, and I'm here with Austin Yarbrough.
That's me.
And today we are discussing Madera Theater Project's production of In the Heights, as directed by Rodolfo Robles Cruz. So, what did you think of the show? We went to go see the show together.
The show was absolute fire. 10 out of 10. The show, like your nails are absolute fire, right?
Thank
Look
you.
at that. It's giving Dr. Pepper. But
One of them fell off right before we shot, and I had to glue it back on.
oh my
A little
gosh.
behind the scenes.
There you go. See, Trouble in Paradise.
Yes.
But the play, I thought the music was amazing. The singing, the performance, everything was just like so strong. And what really tied everything together is that it's a play about community. And they really made us in the audience feel like a part of that community. Like you feel welcomed and at home with them because they felt so comfortable up there.
Yeah, and I think it really speaks to the book of the musical, because it's definitely written to make anybody feel like home wherever it's put on, even though it takes place in Washington Heights, New York. But it's such a Maderan show.
I think so. Yeah, I mean we're definitely not the same kind of town or community that you have out there, but we are a small town with a bunch of people who all know each other. Everybody's a cousin, everybody's a best friend, and everybody is trying really hard to get out.
Yeah.
Everybody has visions of like, I would need to get out of Madera. One day I'm going to get out of the valley, I'm going to go off and do something. And like me and so many other people, you end up realizing down the line that I had it better when I was here.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I left for Boise, Idaho for 6-7 years, and then I come back here and I start teaching in the valley, and it's my home. And I was like, oh wow, sometimes you got to go away to come home.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta have your little adventure.
Yeah.
And come back. Just like Nina in the play, she goes off to college and then flunks out of college to, well, not to do anything. She flunks out of college because of the adversity she faces there.
Well, she mentions that she had to like work 2 jobs in addition to full-time being a student, and like the scholarships didn't even cover like room and board over there, which is real. Like you either like have rich parents or you take out a bunch of loans or you work a bunch of jobs. So it's not by any fault of that character's own that they end up like, it's not that they weren't smart enough for college.
Right.
But that's their fear, right? That everybody's got these high expectations of her.
Yeah.
And that, she's embarrassed to be back where she is at home because of now everybody's going to think differently of her for what she sees as a big failure.
And Jenna Rosa Cabello I think I'm saying that right. I'm not sure.
She did such a great job.
She did such a great job, and the vocals. Oh
She
my
killed it.
god!
Absolutely
Just
killed it.
it. I loved her duets with Benny. Oh, what was his name?
Then he was Jimmy Haney.
Jimmy Haney. Just incredible blending. Wonderful. Oh, there he is.
Their chemistry was so
Wonderful
good.
chemistry.
The way that he looks at her, it just sells it really. Like you can
when
tell
he
that
touches
he's.
her face.
I know, it's so gentle.
So sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, great chemistry between those actors.
Absolutely. Let's talk about set and costume and lighting
Sure.
for a second.
Yeah.
The set. Can we talk about the graffiti?
Mm-hmm. The graffiti was awesome. I like that it didn't look like. Oh man, I almost said like it came out of a can, but I guess graffiti does come out of a can. It didn't look like canned graffiti. It looked organic, like they let somebody in, like when the school was closed up and said "Go nuts."
Yeah.
I really, really liked it.
Yeah.
And it did feel like the kind of graffiti that's not like vandalism, but is like somebody making their mark
Yeah.
in an artistic way, and I really like that.
Yeah. That was so gorgeous. There was an I Heart MY, and I wasn't sure if that was a I Heart Madera nod or if that was like I Heart My New York kind of thing. But I thought that was such a cute. Whatever it was meant to be, it was so just like. It really showed ownership. Like,
Yeah.
these people have ownership over this place. It is their home.
Yeah.
And it really made me as an audience member feel welcomed into the home. Like, this is my home, this is your home kind
Yeah.
of thing.
I was looking at the graffiti of like the it's like a kid with a super soaker,
Yeah.
and I kept being drawn to that because I feel like, okay, that's really cool because he's drawing what he sees his community to be, which is like young people having fun,
Yeah.
you know. And it's hot. But
And
there's
it's
a like
hot.
there's a big theme in the play about like how hot it is, especially when the power goes out, like in the end of the first half of the show, about just like how they're barely scraping by before the power goes out, right?
Right.
And then afterwards, it's like, oh come on, how many more days is it going to be like this?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That song, Blackout, oh my god, so good. And talk about lighting design with that, with the fireworks. Oh my gosh. First we have, so in that scene, we go from a dance hall with a disco ball, which the way they placed that disco ball and used it in that scene was so good.
mm-hmm.
Oh my god, it was just magical when they lit that up. And then you have the blackout, and then there's look at the fireworks, and you
Yeah.
see the fireworks lighting up, and it just was so beautiful. My one qualm was that when they shone their flashlights into the audience, they were really, really bright in my eyes.
The actors all they did a choreographed thing with the flashlights that every once in a while it got me a couple times too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it was really, really cool seeing them marry the lighting design and the set together, because I kept looking like right off the top of the show at the bridge that's projected behind everything with the sunset,
Yeah.
and I was kind of like, how did they do that? Because there was no like shadow being cast onto it, right?
Yeah.
And there was no like distortion of it, so I was like, where is the projector mounted that he's able to get that image so clear like that behind it?
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. It added a lot of depth to it.
It was so cool. So cool.
Yeah.
And costumes were fantastic. What was her name? The costume designer is brand new. Amira Peruch? Peruch.
Now, is she a student or is she a recent graduate?
I'm honestly not sure. Let me look at her thing.
Okay. Please hold.
This is her first year as a full-fledged costume designer at the age of 17. Recently graduated from Madera High School.
That's so cool.
Yeah. She's been a costume assistant before on 2 productions. and she's a gold medalist at Linnea with a perfect score for her costume designs.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You know it and I know it, but maybe not everybody watching knows it. You and I went to school together. We went to Madera High, so we're both, Madera blood. And you costume design when you were in high school. You were
I
doing Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
And that was a big project for a student.
It was really big, and I didn't really have a whole lot of support. I had my mom, but nobody was really. I wasn't being mentored by anybody. I kind of just had to. I had Threadbanger
you had to be
on
the
YouTube,
expert.
and
Yeah.
I had to decide what decisions to make, and I had to just pull myself up by my bootstraps. But she's been mentored by Emma Raymond and Rose Cantu, and it's just so cool seeing somebody get an opportunity that I didn't have that opportunity, so I'm a little bit jealous. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think that's the beauty of Madera Theater Project, right?
But yeah.
That you're able to have this thing that just didn't exist 10, 15 years ago when we were doing it. That is this opportunity, this vehicle for getting young people who are interested in this kind of stuff to be able to express themselves and get to actually work in the industry and not wait until, a lot of people wait until they've already graduated from college to then go on to grad school to start doing this stuff professionally. And here you can do it right out of high school.
Exactly.
Or in high school.
Exactly. Yes, but I'll come back to that later.
Okay.
But yeah, that was fantastic. So what would you like to see this theater company do more of in the future?
MTP has grown so much in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And they're doing better and better with it every year. I got lucky enough to work with MTP a couple years ago on Alice in Wonderland, and then I got to direct with them last year for Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah.
And you did the costume design for that.
I did.
Oh man, that was a great show. And now here we are with this killer lineup this year of In the Heights, of Lightning Thief, and of
American
Mariachi, which I didn't get to see. I wish I could have seen it. I wasn't in town. But I think it's really cool that they're doing shows that play towards the acting pool and the strengths of everybody that we have in town.
Yeah.
And with these shows that probably you wouldn't see produced elsewhere.
Yeah.
I think we can do even more of that. And I think that MTP can, now that they've made a name for themselves, that they can really start producing a lot of new plays and originating plays here. Because we don't just have the actors and the designers in the talent pool here. We've got a lot of writers. A lot of really, really strong writers coming from the students.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I think get some of these new plays to take off, some of these things that are written here by people in the community to take off, and then truly you've got Madera as the theater project, because it's, creating it from scratch.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that happen.
That would be super awesome. Do you have any other thoughts about the play? I'm trying to think if I have any others.
Lighting design was killer.
Shout out Mark Petros.
Good job, Mark Petros.
He's a friend of the show. And
He's
so
he
talented.
does such a good job with it, and I really, really loved how natural that felt.
Yeah.
How natural the whole community felt. I do think it's worth mentioning the lead actor who played Usnavi, Matthew Rivera. Oh my God, he pulled me in from the very first time he started singing, because it's not just it's a musical, but it's also, Lin-Manuel Miranda musical, right?
Yeah.
So it's fast-paced, it's complicated, it's rap, and he was on it, and not in a way that was oh, I hope I don't slip up, this is really technically complicated, just these words are flowing from him.
Yeah.
You really, really gotta love the show and know the show to give that kind of a performance, and man, the emotional highs and lows that were coming out of that guy later in the when there was a really emotional scene later on in the show with Abuela.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, you could just see how natural those tears were coming off of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good stuff. All right. Well, thank you for joining us for our review of the show. Join us later for an interview of Austin Yarbrough about how he contributes to the theatrical community here in Madera.
Absolutely.
Hey thespians, welcome back. My name is Dottie Gunn, and I'm sitting here with Austin Yarbrough, and we're going to be talking about what he contributes to the theatrical community here in the Central Valley. So tell me about the jobs that you've done in the theater. Director, actor.
Well, I'd say I've done just about everything but stage manage. Never stage managed a show, but I've acted in more than I can count on my hands and feet. Directed 5 or 6 shows now, and worked for years in a scene shop and a couple different scene shops, and worked in the costume shop for a little while in Fresno State. I've also done lighting design, sound design, hair and makeup, so really just involved myself in it as much as I can. Also crewed several shows backstage, so
Right, of course.
but primarily acting, directing.
Awesome. So is theater your full-time gig?
Is now. I'm teaching drama at an elementary school in Madera right now, and if you didn't know, we've got drama teachers in place in every elementary school in Madera, and in all 3 of the middle schools, and in all 3 of the high schools. So we've got drama across the board now.
Nice.
Yeah.
We love to see it. So what is your favorite job that you've done?
The one that I'm doing right now. I mean, at any point in this expanse that's been my, on and off career in theater,
Yeah.
I feel like I've always been having fun.
Yeah.
But right now, more than ever, I really feel like, wow, I found my spot. I belong. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. This is what I want to do when I'm 90,
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit more about what you do.
So I teach drama to students in Madera Unified from TK up to 6th grade. So like kids who are just turning 4 all the way up to kids who are ready to like get out and do something with their lives in middle school, right?
Right.
And at the lowest level, what a lot of that looks like is creative play and like role play and stuff like, how do we sit at a table? Where do the forks and knives go? How do you set it, your plate and everything like that? Or how do we cook? Just, role play things that you can do with kids. And then as the rigor advances throughout the years, that you get to see these kids, which is also like my favorite part of the job, that I get to grow up along with the kids, watch my TK kids eventually become my 6th graders. But as that rigor increases, by the time they're in 6th grade, they're ready to go do a play.
Right.
Like they're ready to start auditioning for shows and get out there.
Nice.
So.
Nice.
Yeah.
We absolutely love to see it.
Yeah.
What's your favorite story from doing this?
From doing this, every day is kind of a treat, right?
Yeah.
So every day you get different stories from these little individuals, all 800 little individuals that I get to work with throughout the week. So hard to pin down like a single instance, but these kids have so much creativity and personality that they do a lot of my job for me, right?
Right.
Most of the material that we're working with comes straight from them. Like it'll be something that they improvised as a little story between 2 friends, and now, okay, cool, let's put it down on paper. And then they can take that and, okay, now that you've put it on paper, who in the class would like to do this scene that your friends just wrote? And now that they've got that written down, let's start staging it, and let's get props, and let's get costumes, and let's get another class to watch the product of what has just been made, right?
Yeah.
So as far as like what is my favorite thing, my favorite part of this, or my favorite little story, is that I showed the kids parts from like Shrek the Musical.
Yeah.
And then later on in the year, I showed the kids parts from Annie, the 1962, 68, I don't know, with Carol Burnett and Albert Finney. And after a while, it started, because we're watching theater and we're making theater, it starts to bleed into it.
Yeah.
So kids start doing scenes of like Shrek and Annie as a married couple going to McDonald's, and and ordering and trying to see the manager and everything, and they turn it into this, like, Annie is now grown into being a Karen and her husband is Shrek.
Oh my
and
God.
They're ordering the donkey burger at McDonald's, and it's just like the funniest thing where, like, kids will come up with things that you would never put in front of them, right?
Right.
But now they're telling the story, and that's the whole point, right? Is to get these kids to tell stories and express themselves.
Yeah. That's awesome. They're
Yeah,
just
I
making
love
little
it.
fan fictions in your class.
It's great. That's it. We're in the exercise of creative fan fiction.
That's awesome. So who's your biggest influence in theater?
So, background, you and I went to the same high school.
Yes, we
had the
did.
Same drama teacher.
Yep.
Duncan Needham taught for years and years and years at Madera High as a drama teacher, and has now moved into, like, more of the administration end of things. He's the department academic coach for drama.
Yeah.
But he's also been, like, my personal mentor and my friend for years and years and years after, him being my teacher. And so he got me involved in this position that I'm in now. He first, pointed it in my direction and then helped me on the process of, like, getting signed up and getting through grad school.
Yeah.
And through my first couple of years of teaching. And, he's got such a huge heart and such a huge, like, wealth of knowledge that he always gives back to the community. And I'm really, really lucky to be as close with him as I am, because he's just a great, great resource to everybody.
Yeah.
And a friend to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. So, throughout school, throughout your job, just throughout your career, what techniques have you learned that you carry throughout your whole life?
Techniques that I've learned through this and carry through my life and really apply every day. You got to be an active listener.
Yeah.
I thought that being a teacher would mean try to get the kids to know everything that I know.
Right.
But what I'm finding is that being a teacher means learning things about kids every day.
Yeah.
About not just, like, the cognitive development of kids,
Yeah.
but, like, what is each individual student, what is little Johnny, what is little Susie dealing with and thinking about, and what are their interests on a day-to-day level, because I'm finding that the easiest way to reach them and get them interested in drama and get them interested in what we're learning is when they know that Mr. Yarbrough is invested in them.
Yeah.
And wants to know if they're having a good day, and if their day's not going well, what can we do in drama to make it more exciting and fun for them?
Yeah.
So I feel like active listening is a really big technique for me to do my job well, but also to give the kids a platform, to give the kids an avenue to express themselves and create, because the more that you give them the allowance to do that, the more they want to do the work, instead of, like,
Yeah.
you have to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sit down and do a worksheet. I almost never have paper in front of the kids unless they want to be writing down their scripts that they're coming up with, right?
Right.
A lot of the time when we're engaging with a text, we're engaging with a text in a very physical, on your feet, active costumes and props kind of way.
Gotcha.
And it's working.
Do you
It's
guys?
helping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever employ, memorization techniques?
Absolutely. Yeah, there are lots of times where kids, like, really, really want to work on something, but they're struggling. And so I tell them what works for me, but I also tell them, like, techniques that are common in theater, or that I've seen other other actors use.
Yeah.
And what I find is that with kids, it's funny, but having this mental block of, like, I can't remember it,
Yeah.
because the kids are telling themselves that they can't.
Right.
It's like getting rid of the hiccups, right?
Right.
You do everything, you breathe into a bag, you chug some water, you can't get rid of these hiccups, and you start to fear maybe my hiccups will never go away.
Yeah.
That's how learning is with a lot of these kids.
Yeah.
Like, I can't learn, I can't read, I can't do math. Memorization's the same thing. If you keep supporting them, you keep encouraging them, and you take brain breaks and different things like that, the more that they interact with the material, it's like practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
They just keep, like, after a while they'll get it. And if some kids need more help in certain areas than others, we got lots of things we can do.
Yeah.
A lot of times I'll have, like, one kid be another kid's shadow so that they can feed the line into them. And after, like, 4 or 5 rehearsals of that, he doesn't need the shadow anymore.
Nice.
So, yeah, we employ a lot of different things like that.
That's awesome. I like that idea of being a shadow. I think that really helps the kids. Not only does it help them memorize their lines, but it helps them feel like, yeah, there's somebody who's got my back.
Yeah, I teach them the importance of scene partners before I do anything else.
Yeah.
Because the kids need to know that the other students are there to support them.
Mm-hmm.
My rules that we repeat every day in the classroom is I will respect my fellow artists, I will practice yes and I will create safe spaces always.
Nice.
And then all of my, like, standards, like the things that, you know, we have to teach them, the things that we need to test them on and see, like, before we can move on, the kids need to know this stuff.
Yeah.
I always take it and then rephrase it into an I can statement.
Yeah.
So the kids will be repeating, you know, before we start anything, I can work with my scene partner today.
Yeah.
I can speak in front of people. So now
Nice.
it's not a standard, it's an affirmation, right?
Yeah.
And a thing that we noticed in the district a few years ago, because we're coming off of, you know, COVID and all the kids who,
Yes.
you know, needs must and everything, they had to learn through Zoom calls.
Right.
Kids were doing kindergarten over Zoom calls, and I can't imagine what that was like for the teachers or the students, right?
Yeah.
But because they missed some of these formative years and everything, it really broke down the structures of what it was like to be at school, but also like what it's like for kids to make relationships with other kids.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they had the social aspect of like being able to play with their cousins or siblings or anything like that. But now you put them in a room with a bunch of kids that they don't know, and you're expecting them to behave a certain way that they were not expected to behave like that at home.
Yeah.
And everything. It's terrifying. So you have kids who are really scared to go to 3rd grade the same way that they were scared to go to kindergarten.
Right.
Right? They have gained a trust for the adults. Well, they've known each other for 3 years, but they haven't built any kind of relationship.
Right.
That's not their friend that they hang out with on the blacktop.
Yeah.
But what I do in my class is teach that importance of scene partners. This person has my back. This person is not just responsible for themselves, but they're also responsible for me.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to take care of each other. Even if you guys don't get along and you're not super close friends, you can still have respect.
Yeah.
And respect is being kind, and respect is listening, and respect is watching to make sure that everybody's having a good time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's empathy. Really what I'm teaching is empathy.
Yeah. Excellent. I love to see it. Empathy is so important right now, especially in today's political climate, and just nowadays we seem to have a dearth of empathy for each other. So it's wonderful to see it being taught in the schools and being taught the way that it's supposed to be taught, peer to peer. I think that's wonderful. What barriers to access have you encountered, either as an adult in theater, or have you witnessed your kids hitting as they pursue theater?
You know, getting started is always the hardest part with anything, right? And then for me, getting started again. You know, like you haven't ridden a bike in 10 years, and then one day you decide to pull it out of the garage, tune it up, you go for a bike ride, you're exhausted after like half a mile.
You fall off.
Yeah, well, you fall off, and now you don't heal as fast because you're an old guy like me.
Yeah, same.
But with these kids, I have so many kids who, if you don't tell them that they're performing, like if you just let them do their thing, they're super expressive, they're super vibrant, they're loud, they're fun, they're funny.
Yeah.
And then the second that you tell them, okay, we're going to perform this in front of the exact same kids that you're already performing in front of because it's your class, right? They freeze up.
Yeah.
The second that they're expected to perform something, now it's like you've given them this urgency that they do not want the responsibility of acting on it.
Yeah.
So I try to do everything I can with these kids to make it like we're always playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's called a play, right?
Right.
So if you were to come into my class on any day of the week, Monday to Friday, at any age level, doesn't matter if it's my TK kids or my 6th graders, you're going to see kids having fun, and it's going to look like chaos in there. But I guarantee you we're hitting the standards. I guarantee you that the kids know their vocabulary. I guarantee you that the kids will get to their places when I call places, and that they will hang their costume up neatly on their costume rack.
Yeah.
And they're not going to touch each other's costumes. Because we've built these foundations of respect. We've
Yeah.
built these, and so many of these kids, you talk about barriers, have never been to a restaurant,
Yeah.
never ordered their own food, never cut their own meat, stuff like that, because they're young. And those are things that they will encounter someday.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm finding that a lot of them are encountering it for the first time in my class,
Yeah.
right? I think theater and drama as an educational tool really gives these kids like what they need before they get out and start having real world experience with it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think this is going to be the most egotistical thing that I've ever said my entire life, but I think what I'm doing for these kids is a lot like what Mr. Rogers did for like my brother and for me, of like giving them an opportunity to use their creativity and their imagination to go to a place
Yeah.
and learn how to do a thing and then do that thing
Yeah.
without leaving the room.
Yeah.
You know, I never went to the Play-Doh factory in my life, but I feel like I did because Mr. Rogers
Yeah.
did, and he made me a part of it. So I feel like that's kind of what I'm trying to provide for the kids.
Cool. I really like that. I know that I've encountered a few barriers myself on just trying to pursue theater as a career in the Central Valley and then in Florida at Disney and all of the places where you pursue career in theater. And it's interesting seeing these kids just having those barriers peeled away. I think that's just from the get-go. I think that's so wonderful. Just incredible work that you're doing.
I love that you think it's incredible. I love that it's not coming from a place of like, the kids need to suffer the way I suffered.
No, I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
And we talked about it earlier when we were talking about In the Heights, but I'm really, really happy that there's stuff like Madera Theater Project that exists for these kids because it was something that was, frankly, just not available for us.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's not lucky, you kids get to do that. It's like, this is really awesome. I'm really happy for you, and I'm happy for me to be back in town to get to experience it and to watch these kids grow and do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, what do you do to keep theater relevant for the younger generations?
So, I think what I do to keep it relevant is to provide the space and the knowledge that I have and the time for them. Give them time and space, and they'll make a show, right?
Yeah.
But as far as like creating the relevancy of it, they're doing it.
Yeah.
They're keeping it relevant because the kids have stories to tell. The kids want to be able to express themselves. Not all of them know how yet, and not all of them have found their voice yet.
Yeah.
Every single one of these kids has hopes and dreams. Not every kindergartner is going to be able to tell you what they want to be when they grow up, but they can tell you what their likes and dislikes are.
Yeah.
They can tell you the things that they're good at. They can tell you the things that they're scared of.
Yeah.
And what you do when you figure these things out is you start playing to their strengths. And if that means that they fall in love with theater, great.
Yeah.
If they only ever do theater with me and never touch it again ever, that's cool too, because they're keeping it relevant in the present for everybody, right? They're building the community and they're telling their stories and they're learning how to tell their stories. And if anything, I think what I'm doing is I'm creating the next generation of audiences that can sit respectfully in their seat and turn their phone off.
Which would be...
So it's so cute to watch a bunch of kindergartners patiently sit and watch two other kindergartners struggle through a little scene. And then at the end, like, clap, bows, and then give notes. Like, I really liked when you did this, or like, it was really funny when you did this, and it made me feel this way. And I'm like, that's so cool that not only are you telling me what you liked, but you're telling me how it made you feel. And that's kindergartners, you know?
Yeah.
So
I could learn something from those kindergartners.
So that'll keep it relevant.
Yeah. I love that. That is so cool. I'd never considered the little ones giving notes just in their little seats.
We always do, and I end every single class with the last 5 or 10 minutes of having a discussion that I really leave it open for the kids to raise their hand and tell me something. And if they have a question, I try to get another one of the students to answer that question instead of me just like dictating at them.
Yeah.
But the first question is always like, what's something today that was fun?
Mm-hmm.
And then what's something today that was challenging?
Yeah.
And, you know, that's kind of big words for the little kids, so I'll just say, you know, what's something that's fun, what's something that was hard. But, you know,
right.
You add levels of rigor to that line of questioning, but the kids will start telling you, like, their experience of what happened throughout the day.
Yeah.
Or even just, like, in that class.
Yeah.
And you'll hear empathy just happen, because you hear kids who will be like, oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I didn't think about it like that. Or other kids are like, yeah, me too, I felt that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so great. Or, oh, that was so terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And you're seeing less of the bullying of, like, kids, like, throwing each other under the bus.
Yeah.
And seeing more of kids realizing that the other kids are having experiences that are different from their own.
Which is something we really, really need, especially in the theater scene here in the Central Valley. Because what I've noticed is one of the barriers I've come across is people being really catty with each other.
Yeah.
Really catty. And really having a kind of adversarial mindset towards each other. Like, I'm from Madera. Well, I'm from Fresno. Well, I'm from Clovis. And like the whole point of the Central Valley Theatrical Society is to break down those barriers and make us all feel like one big community.
Unionize. No, but you're right in that. I feel like okay, let's say that we all work for a big company like Walmart or something.
Right.
The other actors should be your coworkers, right? Once you're doing the play, they are your coworkers, right?
Yeah.
But how come auditions don't feel like that? How come auditions are always like, this person's my competition and I am, like, I need to be better than her.
Yeah.
I am better than her and I need to act like I'm better than her if I'm going to get this role.
When especially...
You uplift each other.
Exactly. And especially when, at the end of the day, a lot of times it's not about who's better than who. It's just who fits the role better.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but I'm really seeing a shift in that.
Yeah.
I'm seeing less ego and more jolly cooperation, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
we love to see it.
Yeah.
We love to see healing.
If you're going through your life in any walk of life, looking at everybody else in your life as being your competition, you're always going to feel like someone's out to get you, or that somebody is causing all of your problems for you, right?
And that can't really survive in a theatrical setting because it's so collaborative.
Yeah. I feel like the goal of it, at least for me, like the reason that I like teaching and the reason I like directing is because it's not about me.
Yeah.
Because it's about, when you're directing, it's about the show and it's about the cohesion of everybody's vision coming together.
Right.
And with teaching, it's about the kids. Like, I am a servant to them.
Yeah.
How do I help my class, but also how do I help just this one student right now if they're the one who needs help?
Right.
I don't feel like it's for me to look how knowledgeable in theater I am.
Right.
So.
Nice. Love it. So, what's your next project?
School year is going to start up in a couple days here. Really, really excited to see how my kids have grown over the summer and like where they are right now, energy wise, emotional wise, and like where they're about to get started in like the next step of their education. Next step for me is like, okay, let's see where the kids are and where we can go from here.
Yeah.
So that eventually we can do a play. You know, I'd love to do a play with my students, and yeah, I think that's the big thing right now. And then more in a broad sense, the district is looking for a lot of other people to do jobs like mine.
Yeah.
So right now, if you are a person who has a degree in art, in drama, in dance, in music, and you'd like to share that with kids, you'd like to, you know, teach and use your credential for something really, really great. I can't stress enough that this is the best job I've ever had, and I don't ever want to stop doing it. So if you've got those credentials and you want to do something amazing with them, reach out to Brandon Gillis. He's our head of our department. Brandon Gillis at maderausd.org. And they'd love to have us. They'd love to have you.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and reach out, especially if you have one of those degrees. I can't because my degree is in mechanical engineering, but that's why I have this little podcast here, so I can stay involved. And also, if you would like to be involved in the Central Valley Theatrical Society, just like us on Instagram, join our Discord. If you want promotions for your show, all you have to do, it's completely free. I'm not BSing here. It's completely free for promotions. If you want us to come see your show, we will pay for our own tickets. You don't have to compass tickets or anything. And just put your posters in the Discord or link them in our Instagram comments or wherever you find us, or our Facebook page or wherever. We will promote your shows for free. Because again, the whole purpose of this venture is to unify everybody and make sure and have a central point where people can look and see, oh, there's a show happening in the Central Valley right here. And so yeah, drop your posters in the Discord or in our comments, and we will see you at the theater. Thanks for watching.